let Mr. West expound a little bit more about prostate cancer. He's going to tell us a little bit about his organization.
Thank you and good morning. Doc, one of the things about colonoscopy is that it's the one cancer that we can avoid.
Exactly.
The one cancer.
Right.
In all the other cases, you're diagnosed with cancer.
Right.
With the colonoscopy, which is the Cadillac
Right.
of this screening.
Exactly. Gold
Sometimes they give you a little bag and a split and say,
Right.
you know, take it.
Hemoglobin
That's
test.
nonsense.
Yeah, that's not
Don't
the
go
ideal-
for that.
Yeah, that's not the ideal test.
You know, the premier test is the colonoscopy.
Right.
And hopefully the technician will go far enough into your body to see what is there. Sometimes they do half a test, really.
The sigmoidoscopy,
Yeah.
right, which is most time in the office, yeah.
I gave a talk in Hillsborough County, little village, Prospect Village, I think it's called.
Right, right.
And the gentleman shared with us that on his very first screening for colonoscopy at age 47, they found 52 polyps.
Right.
And removed them.
Right,
He went back the following year, there was 15.
right,
On the third year, there was only 2.
right.
I mean, he would have been dead had he not
Right.
do that.
Yeah, we've seen cancers, colon cancers in people in their mid to late 30s. I've seen it myself. I've been right in the room when we're you know, doing a procedure on somebody and they're like in their mid 30s, and all of a sudden we see a tumor. It's like, wow, this guy's only 35. You know?
Same as prostate
No
cancer.
symptoms.
None whatsoever.
Yeah, some of them have symptoms, so
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, good morning again. My name is Jim West, and I am a survivor of prostate cancer. October 21st, 97, I had surgery for the prostate cancer, and the reason I'm here this morning is that the evening after I woke up, I prayed a short prayer and asked God to bless what I was going to do. I wasn't quite sure, but I knew I had to speak out on prostate cancer and to black men at the time. Today I speak to black families. But I have a tremendous fear of needles and of pain.
Me too.
The evening after surgery, I said I prayed the short prayer, and I promised God, or I asked Him to guide me.
Right.
And what I was going to do was going to be important. I was diagnosed at age 60. After going to a urologist for 3 years, and he did the glove finger test. We're going to go around with this after. He did the glove finger test and told me I was okay, go home and come next year. And for 3 years, I kept going back. Year number 4, I began to have severe lower back and thigh pain, excruciating. I actually laid in my bed and cried for pain. And when it gets to that, it's very, very serious.
Right.
Let me start by saying to you that a woman does not have a prostate. Yeah. For those of you, and I'll turn to you next, here we're looking at the bladder. Can everyone see it on that side? Under the bladder is the prostate. When the doctor or whoever inserts their glove finger into your rectum, all they're feeling is the front side of the prostate. Has 4 sides. They tell me that only 10% of the cancer is found in these other 3 areas. And believe it or not, I was one of those 10%.
Right.
That's why he could not
Right.
find it.
Right. Right.
Had he told me about the PSA at the time, I would have taken it and we would have caught it much earlier.
Right.
It is unfortunate, but on the 4th year I had to ask for the PSA. And I got a call from the doctor's office, you needed to come and see me.
Right.
I knew what that word need meant. And I went in, he said, you got prostate cancer, here are your options.
Right.
No discussion about my PSA.
Right.
I was following this gentleman at the door when I asked what was my PSA. And he said 22 with a battering eyelid. I went home and prayed and cried because I didn't know where to turn. What he didn't tell me was there was something called a support group that I could have gone to be mentored. So all of these factors led me to do what I'm doing here today.
Right.
So I'm going to start by telling you that the prostate is about the size of a walnut at birth. And as one grows older, the prostate starts growing. There are a couple of things that if we monitor our bodies, we can surely tell something is wrong. One, constant urinating, dripping after urinating, stop, go, stop, go. I don't know whether any of you experience this, but you're driving home from wherever and you're so comfortable in the car, it's not funny. As soon as you turn the ignition off, man, you can't get to the restroom quick enough. That's a sign that something is wrong. With this urination, if you're somebody with a type 2 diabetes, you urinate a lot, particularly at night. With prostate cancer in its late stage, that's one of the symptoms. You may have a pH, forgive me, I'm on medication, he's playing havoc with my memory. You can have a defect on your prostate, which is not prostate cancer. For me, there's 3 ways of getting to this, i.e., urine, prostate cancer, and an enlarged prostate is what I was looking for. Sorry. An enlarged prostate is not prostate cancer. Generally, it's scab in the urethra, which is blocking your urine. They have a term they use, rooter. They can clean it out and send you, you're smiling over there.
A turp.
Yeah.
That's what we call it, turp.
And today they got what they call the green light, where they use microwave and liquid to keep it cool. So there are a couple of the symptoms. You go to a doctor and they do the glove finger, it may not be 100%. Also the PSA. Prostate-specific antigen, which Doc mentioned is measuring the amount of PSA going through your bloodstream. One of the sad things for me doing this is that a lot of our men, black men, who tells me or makes the statement, nobody's going to put a glove finger on me. That's ridiculous. 10 seconds of uncomfortableness will prolong your life.
Prolong your life, yeah.
I talk about prolong, I never use the word cure. There are people out there 20 years after treatment doing well and suddenly it comes back. Imagine what does to one's psyche. You thought you were cured, everyone told you were cured. I say it prolongs life. Another thing is that once you get to that stage, like I was at 19 with a 22 with a PSA, you need counseling, I believe.